had back pain myself back in my early 20s. A couple of really serious instances where I literally couldn't walk for a couple of days at a time. So that's where it all started, and I just wanted to use my knowledge and my skills and what I'd learned to fix my own back and fix my own body and get back to living that life I want to live. I wanted to share that with other people because I realized there was a lot of people out there that just were stuck, frustrated, and just a little bit unsure actually how to fix themselves. When I was in my 20s, I was a carpenter, working on building sites, younger, uneducated in terms of the spine and the back and fitness. So yeah, just grinding it out, not really knowing that I was slamming my body day in and day out, causing this damage. But I think originally it was a combination of the way that I was doing things at work, the way I was doing things in the gym, poor positions over time, lifting, doing things not in the best way for my body in the gym at a younger age. In the beginning, it was a little bit trial and error, and it was trusting the professionals that I was seeing. It was trusting those practitioners and doing their exercises, but it didn't quite get me there. I often found myself back at square one again. So then I really realized that something had to change. So it was just a bunch of research to start with, and was all learning about a better way to move and how to unload my spine and not put unnecessary demand on my spine, because I had a disc injury. Okay, so that usually becomes from more load and compression through your back, and I was getting that at work, I was getting that in the gym, and I just was unaware that I was loading that spine up, and I needed to figure out how to stop that from happening. And that's how it all came about once I figured that out. Yeah, it was about a 2-year period where I was on again, off again back pain. I'd go into flare-ups that would last anywhere from a day or two up to a couple of weeks till I felt like I was normal again. It just started with my own awareness and starting to realize how I was doing things had caused this damage. So I had to make some changes to that. How I was lifting things, how I was positioning my body. Did I have good posture or poor posture? All these things kept me in the cycle, kept me going back to the flare-ups periodically, and those last little things each time were just enough to tip it over the edge. But on the inside, this damage was there, this inflammation was there. So slowly over time, once I made these changes to my posture, got a lot stronger, started working on my core, started to flip my mindset that I could break free of this and have the belief in it. That's when the real changes came about. Yeah, so the program, it's been refined over the years, and it's just really, really solid what we offer. So the person gets in contact with us, obviously. We do a full video evaluation, assessment, have a really good look at their posture, have a good look at, the way they move, and then we're gonna be giving them personalized programming. So a person just needs to know what to do, and get shown how to do it properly. So we can just tweak and modify and update the program for them and their goals and their condition each step of the way. Along with that, they're getting the accountability and support systems. They're getting access to live coaching. Because we just want to get more and more familiar with your back and your body, how you're responding to exercises, what's working, what's not working so well, so we can just continually evolve it and update your program. That's why it's important we do our one-on-one coaching sessions, the weekly live group sessions, which just gives you a lot of access to our team, personalized programming, support and accountability. These are the things that are going to push you along the quickest to get your results. Initially, when people come to us, a lot of the time they're in pain. They're in pain, or they're just unsure what to do. So to start with, the first phase is really about finding relief. So we want to find relief in just the first few days, the first week. And we do that just by pointing out some pretty obvious, a lot of the time, things that they can change right there and then, immediate changes, which brings that relief. We're going to show them different movements and mobility and different Spinefit flows that they can just do of a morning routine, and subtly get the small muscles loosened up. So the body starts to release. After that, we move on to mobility. So improved mobility. People are stiff and tight and just jammed up. The hips are tight, the lower back's tight. Thoracic spine is stiff, the posture's poor. So we need to free up the tightness, the stiffness, improve that mobility around the joints, so that you can perform exercises better, but also deload, decompress the back. People tell me stories how it's very awkward. You can't put your socks on of a morning, it's hard to get dressed. So all these things after you hit that mobility phase become a lot easier. After mobility, we're working on strength and stability. Okay, so strength and stability in the body is really where we want to get you to as soon as we can. Some people can get there quicker than others. Okay, we get them out of pain, improve the mobility, move on to strength and stability. Strength and stability is about core strength and overall strength, and getting the glutes firing and getting the body functioning. Okay, get your single leg strength up, all the things that can affect your back, all the things that can affect poor movement, poor mechanics, we start to address, all while we're getting stronger throughout the body. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden people are smiling, people are getting hope. Like they know, tick the first few boxes, they're on their way. They know now where they're going, and that strength phase just opens up them to be able to start living again, doing the sports, re-implementing things at the right time, all while getting stronger, all while doing the right exercises for their body, taking into account the previous injury or the previous back pain, and just start improving, keep getting stronger, keep refining the system and the programming for them. That's all in line with their goals. So lifestyle functionality is, again, just refining strength. Strength goes from being basic strength, getting the conditioning reintroduced to their body, and then the functional stuff, we start to get a little bit more dynamic. We start to introduce everyday movements. This is a great way to get a person back into sports, or running, or picking up a kid, or chasing a ball, or kicking a ball, surfing. All these things, functional fitness, functional movement patterns are all going to help you in that regards. The peak performance is, people have an image or an idea of what they used to be like, or where they want to get to. Okay, so that's really what it's all about, is getting someone back to where they were and then becoming better than that again. So there's no reason why, as someone ages, they still can't be improving. They got to have that vision. They've got to have that goal to get back to peak performance. When I look at the program, it's all structured and built for a reason. As a bit of a staple, a 6-month program is really solid. It's going to take someone from where they are through the phases, through the strength phases, into the peak performance. 6 to 12 months is the most common time frame for our guys. Yes. And that's where they come through significantly changed in that first half, and then they're coming through 6 months, peak performance, onto athletic if they choose, and then they're coming out with life-changing results. Goals have been crushed. Not having to worry about their back is a big part, because the last thing we want is a person to put in time, energy, investing into this program, and it comes back again. They need to adopt these as an ongoing lifestyle, ongoing habits. It's the new routine. If you stop doing it, it should feel weird that, why aren't I doing this anymore? Why aren't I doing my 10 minutes a day? Okay, that's what we want to build people. The financial cost really hits people hard. If they're getting help from people where it doesn't actually work, then it becomes expensive. Okay, if something's not working, success philosophy is just change your approach. And if you change the approach, if it doesn't work, change your approach again. Financially, people are going with all sorts of gimmicks and tools, and having the medications, anti-inflammatories, injections, but it comes back to being expensive when these things don't work. So they've got to change their habits, okay, in investing into a program where you're learning the skills, the systems, but you're getting that strength, you're getting the results. Then that's really what people should feel more comfortable in investing in. So online is pretty new for a lot of people. That the whole system itself just works fantastic. We find if people go into a practitioner once a week, then what happens to the other 167 hours? They're left on their own, right? So there's not as much accountability, there's not as much support. We're really big on those things, because that's what a lot of people struggle with, is not just the motivation, but they need a little push in the right direction, or a kick up the butt, or however you want to put it, to keep them consistent. So with the whole online side of things, we save people time going into places. We directly come to them. It works really well for busy people that might not have the opportunity to make these appointments outside of their office hours, or they've got their kids when they get home. People can easily just follow our program along from home on the app, reach out whenever they need to. We've got the live coaching there, so that the whole online system, it just makes sense for people these days, for us to come directly to you, do the program virtually. We can see amazingly whatever we need to see to coach a person these days, because we see patterns with movement, and it becomes easy for us, because we're dealing with back pain every day, to identify things quickly and be able to coach them in terms of their movements. And then the other part of it is the systems we have in place, the skills we teach someone, and the accountability and support we have as well. You wouldn't have the reach if you had a physical sort of location, but our online system allows us to reach people at all corners of the country and the world.